Tay Capone. How's it going, man? Glad to have you back.
Man, you already know I'm glad to be back, bro. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna even lie, folks. You know you my man, folks.
Yeah, man, it's a lot going on, man. The news just seems to go pretty fast nowadays.
Man, bro.
So I'm just gonna start off with, the biggest thing that happened, 4th of July. The news started going crazy. I didn't even think it was real at first when I first seen it. But this really crazy, gruesome looking picture of 4 extras with his hand blown off from what they're saying is an M80 or 2 M80s, man. It was really crazy, man. What was your thoughts on that?
Bro, I'm gonna be completely honest with you, folks. Like, I don't even know 4 extra, bro. You know what I'm saying? But I know what his niche is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know what he stands for and what brings him, what makes him who he is, folks. You know what I'm saying? It's 2 things everybody know about 4 extra, whether you know him or not. You know he fight, and you know he rep his hood, folks. You know what I'm saying? That's what he do. He throw up foes and he whoops, bro. You know what I'm saying? He fight and he rep his hood. Like, to have your hand and your fingers blew off, folk, that's like taking away everything he used to make money. You know what I'm saying? That's what make 4 extra, folk. He'll whoop you or he gonna rep his hood, folk. He can't do neither one now. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he's still the same, bro, but to the world, it's gonna be a different vibe now. It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be like, damn, folk, like, it's gonna be like, to people, the threats don't hit the same, the mystique leave a little bit, folks, because he lost a hand, basically. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit, like, it's sad, bro, because that's like taking away what it do to make his money, folks. Folks realize surviving off telling his whooping stories about him whooping ass and him repping his hood, folks. You know he 40s, folks. That's what he throw up every 5 minutes, it seems like. You know what I'm saying? He merch it every 30 seconds on that shit, folks. Like, that's really what he do. And he was able to benefit from that shit and make some out of nothing with what he already got going on, folks. You know, he turned his trials and tribulations into some shit he could capitalize off for. And it's like, now, when you blow up your hand, folks, like, you just on BD for, it's like, I ain't even gonna lie, for it's like they just took something away from him that he profits from, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was literally just, if I'm not mistaken, was finna do a fighter with the Aaron the Plumber, right? He was finna fight him or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was finna bring him a lot of bread, I'm sure. You know what I'm saying? Like, that type of shit off the table now. You know what I'm saying? If that was a real fight that they was finna do, that shit ain't happening no more. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of shit that ain't even finna happen no more because he just lost a whole hand, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking about it in the aspect of, like, how he been surviving, folks. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is probably how he take care of his family, bro. He an internet personality and this is what he do. You know what I'm saying? So it's like basically taking away something that he used to take care of their family, bro. He used his hands to take care of his family, bro. On BD, in the most simplest terms, that's how I see it. You know what I'm saying? Like, folks used his hands and capitalized off that shit, folks. So for folks to lose a hand, folks, that shit kind of made me sad. I ain't even gonna lie. It was like, damn, folks. It's like watching the lose everything at one time or something, bro. That shit was like weird as hell. Cause I know he fought hard to get where he at. You know what I'm saying? Like, literally and like figuratively. You know what I'm saying? Like, he fought hard to get here to this point. So that shit was just, I ain't even gonna lie, it was sad as hell. I ain't gonna lie, it was weird to see. I thought that shit was AI. When they first brought it out, they like, man, this AI. I'm like, man, please let that be AI, folks. You know what I'm saying? Because if that's real, bro, that shit is up, folks. And then when they said the picture was real, I just looked at folks. He looked like defeated, folks. Like, that shit, like, I looked at his face. You could tell, like, man, like, he realizing everything right then and there. Like, you know what I'm saying? I just lost my hand, bro. I'm never gonna be the same, folks. You know what I'm saying? It's like he realizing that right there on that picture, folks. You could see folks' face. It just looked demoralizing, folks. I ain't even gonna lie, folks. I ain't find that shit funny. I ain't think that shit was. I ain't think it was nothing but sad, folks. On BD, and that's just how I feel.
Man, yeah, damn. That was a pretty crazy, insightful take on that, because you hit it out the park, man. Like, yeah, that picture, the way you described the picture is kind of,
Yeah,
is, I think,
bro.
what everybody's seen.
Yeah, it's just sad, bro. I ain't gonna lie, that shit's sad. Like I know, like a lot of niggas get famous for different reasons. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's like a singer getting famous for her voice, and then her voice go out. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, like I done had some singers said that happened. Like, I think that shit happened to SZA, folks. She had to stop making music for like some years or something. You know what I'm saying? Or it was something wrong with her voice box or something. It was something, I think I remember reading this, man, or her talking about it. But like, that's like like a boxer forgetting how to fight or not knowing how to fight no more, or a boxer fracturing his hands and they tell him he got to retire. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's that type of took away what that man do to feed his family, bro. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what was the sad part to me, folks, because that come from the street, bro. Like, like it's hard for niggas to make money all the time off being who they is. Like, sometimes a lot of folk to really insert themselves in this new world order, they gotta become a white collar type of change everything about themselves. He one of them who was able to like capitalize off being him. You know what I'm saying? And doing what he do, which is fight and rep his hood. And now it's like you can't. I don't think it's gonna be the same, and that's what it was sad for me, bro. And then just seeing the picture, but just put the icing on the cake, because it's like he was just in despair, folk. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because he was realizing everything I think I realized when I seen it. Like, it ain't gonna never be the same. You know what I'm saying? And that shit was sick, folk.
It was crazy, man. Hopefully, he recovers as best as he can, man.
Yeah, man.
Definitely hoping the best for 4Extra.
Yeah, man. Praying for 4Extra, folk. Hope you have as speedy recovery as you can for them.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm gonna get into this topic, man. This is a real tough topic, man, for me to even bring up, because it's so horrible.
Mm-hmm.
18 people shot, 4 people killed at Mellow Bucks' party, man. This is just horrible. Man, I when something like this happens, man, I see this stuff. It seems like almost once a year, something like this happens in Chicago. I don't know why it's so bad in Chicago, man. Innocent people hit, man. This is like an extremely sad situation, man.
Most definitely.
What's your thoughts, and what did you think when you first seen it?
Man, felt like, I ain't gonna lie, folks. Like, it's just, I be using everything that be happening around me, folks, to read the tea leaves and learn what type of time we on as a society in my city, or like which direction my city is headed, folks. And when this shit broke the news, folks, I'm like, damn, like, this finna be one of those summers, folks. Cause like, if you from the Chicago, folk, like, don't get me wrong, it's killing going on all year round. I'm gonna be 100 with you. You know what I'm saying? But you can feel when some years is worse than others. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can feel when some years is more quieter than others. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people surviving. You know what I'm saying? Like, and this year, folks, is how I see it. And it's low-key been like this since about last year, since around the time like Lil Jeff and them started getting, like, that shit happened to Lil Jeff and them. Like, it's just been, the ball been rolling in the city. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm like, I've been seeing like the tea leaves of what my city is headed. Like, we on a like year and a half or 2 spree of like a lot of deaths. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's been back to back. Squared 8, man. Squared 8 posts different deaths, and they be people like everybody know. It ain't been a while. Like, it's been a lot of faces and people that's connected to a lot of people and that a lot of people love that's, you know what I'm saying, getting killed. You know what I'm saying? And when I seen that shit, I ain't gonna lie, it showed me like, folk, it's finna be one of those summers for real, folks. Cause I ain't gonna lie, even after that, like it's been mass shootings in Iraq, folks, for the last like week or two. Been 3, 4 people get, I mean, 2 people die, 7 get shot. Like it's been shit like that breaking the news. Seem like every 3, 4 days, man. Like it's been mass shootings out west, out south, DT. Like it's just been going on in the city, folks. So when I seen that shit, and then I seen like who the victims was, folks. Like 2 girls, folks. First of all, RP to them niggas too, though. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to even overlook that. RP to them young men, folks. But when the girls, folks, when they get shot, folks, and they die, I ain't gonna lie, I be feeling sad as hell for a little bit. I don't want to keep saying I be feeling sad for people, but I do feel like on BD because I got all sisters, for I don't have brothers. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a little sensitive when it comes to certain shit about girls. I ain't act like I'm just a woman lover. Like I'm a girl's girl or something. But it's like I done did my fair share of bitches. But that type of shit, folk, I get a little sentimental, folk. Cause that could have be like my sisters, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like that could be my cousin or something. You know what I'm saying? Like that could have hit home. 18 people got shot for it. It could have been one of my people in there. You know what I'm saying? Like it's wicked, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna lie, folks. I feel like this a tough ass time for girls, man. You know what I'm saying? Like it's getting tough for girls, bro. I ain't gonna lie, it's been like this, but shit like this just make a lot of shit clear. Like the girls for is at more risk than the niggas if it's a party setting, folks. Now if a nigga standing somewhere in his hood, he it is what it is. But when you have a party setting with people huddling up, bro, every time some shit like that gets shot up, it's always a bunch of girls that get it the worst. You know what I'm saying? It's like they get the ass end of every type of situation when it's like that. You know what I'm saying? Like the niggas get away virtually unscathed or get shot, but they get shot in the motherfucking thigh. Bitch gets shot, she getting shot in the neck and in the face and shot 8 times and all type of shit. Like it just be they not protected, folk. You know what I'm saying? Like they used to be. But I ain't gonna lie, folk. That shit, that was depressing, for and we know them 2 girls. You know what I'm saying? Like, they people know them. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people over the city knew them girls. So a lot of people in the city was fucked up about that, bro. You know what I'm saying? But it just got clear, folks, that the type of time we on in Iraq right now, folks, ain't nobody safe, G. And I ain't gonna lie, I'm a nigga, bro, so I don't want to make it seem like I don't want girls to come outside and shit like that, Cause I want them to come outside. I don't want to be out everywhere I go. You know what I'm saying? But man, girls got to start thinking, man. Like this shit really didn't. It used to be. Like I think girls. I don't want to say they got that mindset where like we girls. That ain't gonna happen to us. But like really, it's been happening to y'all. You know what I'm saying? And if y'all don't start like reading the tea leaves, folk, and realizing like if y'all ain't, this is why like I ain't gonna lie, this is why I just go to the club. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I ain't making it seem like clubs don't get shot up or shot, but like you got a better chance going to the club and not getting killed downtown than you do like going to. And they was downtown, folk, but it was like they weren't at a club. They was at like a lounge. You know what I'm saying? The security setting is different. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? When you in a club downtown, folks, you leave a certain club, the police, they can't even get to you till you walk a block and a half away to your car. You know what I'm saying? It's like police outside the club while everybody getting let out the club type shit. You know what I'm saying? So if I want to be in that setting, I just go to the club, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's more secure for everybody, not just women, but for the women, if you gonna go outside, folks, you damn not need to be at the club, folks. Cause every time some shit like this happen, it's like it always happened to them. I remember girls to get away unscathed with that type of shit. Now it's like they get it the worst. You know what I'm saying? Like this is why I be telling like girls shouldn't be riding with street too much because it seems like every time they get caught in traffic and they shoot his car, he don't get shot or he survived, and the bitch that was sitting in the passenger seat get overcooked. You know what I'm saying? She the one that gets shot 13 times, and hit in the face 4 times. Like, she the motherfucker out here gang banging and killing. You got shot in the motherfucking ass. You got shot in the ass. She got shot 13 times in all type of fatal ass places where she was never gonna survive. Bro. Like, they be like, it's just sad as hell, folks. So I ain't gonna lie, like, girls gotta find a happy medium, folks. You know what I'm saying? Because now I know at this lounge, Mello and them doing the best they can security wise, folks. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure they did, but it's just like it's hard. It's a hard bargain and a big chance you take, folks. You know what I'm saying? That's why, like, even when I go to certain parties, I like to go to parties on rooftops of hotels and shit. Like, let's go to the rooftop. You know what I'm saying? If everybody, like, let's go somewhere where motherfucker got to do a hop, skip, and a jump to even get next to us, folks. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that, because you got to think like about everybody. You know what I'm saying? And I hate because I'm sure they gonna move even more smoother after this type of shit. But I just hate this type of shit even had to happen, bro. You know what I'm saying? But it's really these YNs though, folks. Like, people partying in a certain way, folks, right now. Well, you be like, man, nah, they ain't gonna do that right here. You probably thinking that, you know what I'm saying? But boy, now, folks, people doing it anywhere, everywhere on camera. Like, I swear to God, I was telling them that before, like, bro, if you not a crash out, you will understand the crash out mentality, folks. You know what I'm saying? So you must be somewhere thinking logic, and you not thinking he a crash out. Like, no, crash outs mentality, folks, they will do anything, anywhere. So you gotta know you dealing with some type of crash outs out here, folks. Everybody ain't logical and sane in the brain, folks. I've been noticed that. And these got guns and switches and they crash outs. So you gotta know, folks, like, these exist that'll come do this shit where people shouldn't do it and wouldn't do it. Like, it's some that I know, you know what I'm saying, that I was in tour with. I used to have to, even if I was in the safest place, I had to be on the swivel. Cause it's like, bro, I know do it a crash out. Like, you know what I'm saying? I gotta be on point. I can't, cause I'm over here thinking because I'm at a highly secure location that I ain't gotta watch over my shoulder. And the crash out and got right up on me, bro. I remember motherfuckers used to think that about the county. They used to like think the county was safe because it's the county. Like, anybody finna pull up to the county, like, and do. And then they started getting killed in front of the county and motherfuckers getting away. I don't know, motherfucker who smoked in front of the county, that's booked on BD. All of them that up in front of the county or on the same block as the county, all of them got away. Don't phone them. Like,
Was it KTS Dre that was killed in front of the county?
I mean, he was one of. It's been a lot of shit. Like, I don't know if it make it to the scenes like everything else do, but I mean, with like the shit with Dre did. But Dre ain't the only one. He wasn't even the first motherfucker that happened to. You know what I'm saying? Like, he wasn't the first. He wasn't the last. Like, he was one of the more known motherfuckers who got killed up there. You know what I'm saying? But that shit happens for real, Cam. I ain't gonna lie, folks. Like, that shit happens more than you would think. Some murders are happening in front of a county jail building. On phone now. Like, that shit is like something that we all know will happen now. On phone them. Like, the whole mystique about when nobody pull up doing that up there, that shit is gone. We all, if you from our city for real, you know the county is not even safe. You gonna go walk out that bitch and get baked. On phone them. So it's like this shit type. With non-folk, it's like, bro, people doing shit anywhere. That's my whole premise of saying this. People doing shit anywhere, folk. You know what I'm saying? They got that shit all on camera, folk. But anybody that was in them cars or like got a brain to know that you was gonna have to get caught on camera to come do this down here. You know what I'm saying? Like, you knew that, folk. You know what I'm saying? And they still did what they did. They didn't go down there without the thought of knowing that, like, we do downtown. This shit probably on 7 different cameras from 7 different angles. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you know you finna crash out to do this, bro. You know what I'm saying? You finna crash out to do this. And you might finna be building yourself a Fed case because you know anything that happened in all the rural areas and shit, boy, they getting on that. The alphabet boy is gonna get to knocking and trying to figure out. They want to be the ones to crack them type of cases, folks. That's why they got involved with that shit with Duck, because it happened where it happened at. You know what I'm saying? They was like, nah, this above the CPD pay grade right here. We gonna find these. You know what I'm saying? So like when shit go on down that way, it get way worse. You know what I'm saying? And then when you have some type of public uproar like it was behind this shooting, you know, a lot of girls got shot and killed, folks. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people want answers for this. You know what I'm saying? So now y'all finna be the most wanted motherfuckers in the city, folks. You know what I'm saying? To do this. And they knew this, folks, and they still did it. So it's like you see the type of you dealing with now, folks. You dealing with a different breed. And I remember back in when I was a shorty, folks, it used to be like 1 or 2 crash outs per block. You know what I'm saying? Now it's like real live. It's like a crew of crash outs now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like one back then you had that little 1 or 2 that just like don't got logic, folks. Now it's like 8 or 10 that's slow as hell and to do it anywhere, anything. 5, 6 the most. That's too many for one hood. You know what I'm saying? So it's man. R.I.P. to them ladies, man. R.I.P. to them boys too on phoning, but that shit tough, folks. And I ain't gonna lie, I hate that it happened on the day it happened. Like that's supposed to been like this Mellow first album she finna drop. This her album release party. Like she finna, you know, like as rappers folk, as musicians folk, we all hold our first project to our chest. Like that's like our baby. You know what I'm saying? Like we remember how we felt when that bitch dropped. You know what I'm saying? Like putting it together, like seeing that shit come together for like an album, folk, is more like delicate than people know, man. Like when you decide you finna drop a project and it's your first one, folk, like you nitpicky as hell. You make 1,000 songs because you want this bitch to really be that. You know what I'm saying? You making songs and then you make a track list after you done made so many songs. You know what I'm saying? Like the more you rap, folk, you start just all the songs I just made, folk, they going on the next album. But when you dropping your first album, bro, you was in that bitch trying to like, cause this you can't never get another first impression, bro. You know what I'm saying? You can never get another first impression. Everybody gonna remember how your first project sounded on BD. Everybody, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna remember what it was like, how it made them feel. And she been dropping snippets, folk, that indicated that bitch about to go crazy. I ain't gonna lie. She done released like 3, 4, 5 snippets, and them bitches all sound raw as hell. I ain't gonna lie. So in my mouth, the album about to be raw. And this shit's supposed to be like her coming out part, even though she been on and turned. You know, this is her first project, folks. She finna come out and show the world, you know what I'm saying? And now this whole celebration shit have been tainted, folks. It's tainted. Like every time you even think about, it's like a bad memory tied to a good memory, folks. Like nobody forgets their first album and what it was like creating that. But at the same time, it's like now you gotta also remember this shit that happened because of this album was getting made. You know what I'm saying? This all took place because we was all coming together about this album that was finna come out. And it's like you turned one of the best days of my career to a like worst moment in my whole life. Not even just my career. Like a good memory that was supposed to be sentimental to your growth as an artist turned it into a horror scene, folks. So now it's like it's just bad on so many different parts, folks.
Yeah, it's definitely, gonna change how she feels about her album, man. I agree. You mentioned something, man. You mentioned it happening at a lounge, which I believe Munna Duke and Youngin were both killed at a lounge, man. What was your thoughts on that situation? And I'm pretty sure you knew both of them.
I ain't gonna lie, for that shit. That shit, man. I ain't even gonna lie, for it was crazy, for I ain't even gonna lie, for it just, that was another moment, folks. You know what I'm saying? Like similar to the Mellow Buck shit, it was like another moment of like realization, like where we at as a city. You know what I'm saying? Like, you feel me, bro?
Was it surprising at all? Like, was it surprising at all where they were at? They were way up north, way away from O Block, not in the hood.
Well, no, I won't say that because, bro, that's low key like how, get away from shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we going up north to hang because we know if we go, anywhere too close, if we not in the hood, just too accessible, folks. So they call themselves like getting low, going up north. Like up north ain't shit happening up north, folks. Like at all. Like unless you in the North Trenches, which they was not. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't shit happening. That's supposed to be where you go when you trying to be safe. You know what I'm saying? When you trying to keep your people safe, even, folks. You know what I'm saying? You go north. Everybody in the South, in the city know that, folks. So when a motherfucker go north, they actually trying to make it all safer for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Because if we all the way north and got to drive 40 minutes to really hurt us, that might save them. You know what I'm saying? And then up north, folks, like, they police is outside, bro. They ain't got shit better else to do. Ain't shit happening up there. So they just riding around on the streets, pulling people cars over and looking for something, folks. They everywhere, especially in places where you can dwell and hang. So it was like, for everything that happened with Duke and Youngin, it's like perfect timing type shit. Like, they pulled up, did what they did, got away, and like, it was up north and wasn't no police on the scene already. Like, that was just all like perfect timing, folks, because it's so hard to do that up north, bro. Like, if you not in a trench where you know, like, dying every day and shit, but cause they from up north, they know how to maneuver through their hoods and shit. But like, when you in an up north setting where it's not shootings and shit at, bro, it's quiet as hell over there. They ain't over there doing all that for, and they police is active. They outside because they protecting their peaceful community. So going up north trying to get low, and it still happens, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's why I was like, bro, that shit. Like, people be telling me like I need to move, folks. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I ain't used the film. I ain't gonna lie, I ain't used the film. I really low key still don't, folks. But I'm starting to see now. Like, you feel me? Like, I'm starting to see now, folks. What a motherfucker trying to tell me, folks. You know what I'm saying? Because that could, I don't even want to say it could be me, folks. But it's just, that could be any of us, folks. You know what I'm saying? Like, it could be us, folks. It could have been anybody. You know what I'm saying? And I be just like, bro, I got a son, folks. I want to be here for him. And I want to put myself in the best position to be here for him. You know what I'm saying? And even though, like, I'm comfortable in my city, bro, but it's just like, that don't mean you safe just because you comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what I'm realizing, folks. Like, it's just because I'm comfortable, that don't mean I'm safe, folks. You know what I'm saying? Because that shit with Duke and Youngin, I ain't gonna lie, and it was random. Like, I don't even know how to describe, because I guess every death like that is random. You ain't think about finna get killed, but just knowing how that night went, folks, like, getting the calls, like all type of shit, folks. Like, was supposed to be outside that night when that shit happened, folks. You know what I'm saying? But I think we was partying too much, folks. I'm like, man, I'm staying in the crib. You know what I'm saying? Like, staying in the crib. And then, like, I'm getting calls and shit early as hell, like 4, 5 or some shit. Like, maybe it was like 2 or 3, folks, or there was 3 or 4. And they telling me this shit, and I'm like, no. Hell no. On BD. Like, no, I don't, that can't be right. Phone them over on point. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, I guess phone them let they guard down or some shit like that, folks, and it cost them, folks. And that shit was sad as hell, I ain't gonna lie.
Do you remember meeting Munna Duke?
Yeah, I remember meeting all from them, man. I knew Youngin and Duke them, man. Youngin name was real, folks. We was shorties. We was babies, folks. You know what I'm saying? Bro, like, I've been knowing for them forever. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's them the guys, folks. You know what I'm saying? Them real guys. Like, they ain't even like who came around 5 or 7, 8 years ago. These is like the guys. You know what I'm saying? So that was weird as hell. I definitely remember meeting Duke though, man. On BD, we was little as hell. That's when they all used to be beating everybody ass at the parties and shit. You know, for them older than me, so when like they was low key like they was like in the beginning stages of their street careers when I was still like innocent just from the hood. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hadn't had my turn yet. I'm like 11 years old or some shit. You know what I'm saying? And they already active gang banging. They already Parkway, bro. You know what I'm saying? They already Wick City. So I used to just see them doing a lot of shit growing up, and that's like, so I just, they bled on me. For I was with T Roy and them, I seen from them like doing shit, and that's kind of like, what jump started the younger crew, which was the rest of us. For, you know what I'm saying? We were looking at niggas like them. And, bro, I definitely remember meeting for them though, man. Like, I've been knowing them forever. For that's what makes the shit kind of just weird. I guess I'm used to losing, bro. I lost a lot of that I grew up with. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't even shocking in that way. It's just I don't know, bro. Like I be feeling like when you make it past a certain age, shit do start to hurt a little more. Even like I'm more empathetic the older I get, folks. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't gonna lie, I went through a point where we was losing so many, we weren't even shedding tears or making. It didn't even move us no way or the other, folks. Like that shit was like normal shit on bro. Like not saying we weren't like we wish folks were still here, but it was like it was starting to be like, folks, like at some point we just got to get used to this because this is our life. It's gonna die. You know what I'm saying? Like we had to put that shit in simplest terms so we could stop having to bawl our eyes out every time this shit happen, folks. It's like you gotta mentally lock in so you don't be around this bitch boo-hooing and bawl your eyes out, bro. So you gotta become numb to losing your homies on BD. But it's like the older I get, it's like that kind of come back a little bit because it's like, bro, even and then when that's my age or older get killed, it be kind of hurting too. Because I be feeling like, bro, you make it past a certain age, folks, it's like if you still here alive to tell your story and you know do certain shit, folks, like I be feeling like you supposed to be here. Like God had plans for you. For if He wanted you to die in this shit, for you would have got killed in our war 10 years ago, or 5 years ago. You all the way in your 30s now with kids. Like maybe your story is you came up in this shit and you one of the survivors, folks. So when they end up dying and they like my age or older, for it be like, damn, for like I be feeling a little way, folks. I be thinking like they was gonna be here, folks. Cause if they wasn't meant to be here, they would have died way long ago when we was younger, and shit was even more hotter than it is now. Like we was, bro. We grew up where it was like gunshots every day. You know what I'm saying? Like on our blocks or on the op shit. Like it was sliding. It felt like every day on us or on them. Like we was hearing gunshots. It felt like every day, bro. Now some days it be around this bitch, you don't hear shit for weeks. You know what I'm saying? Like there's so much crime happening in Iraq that it's always crime to report. But as far as like our hoods, for like even when in our wars, for like that in the past, you could tell when our wars was spiked up or when they was like mellow. You know what I'm saying? Like we done been involved in some mellow ass like spree where it's like ain't nobody died in a while. You know what I'm saying? Like ain't nobody had to go to the funeral in a minute. You know what I'm saying? And then you had them times where it's like, damn, folk just died and folk just died. And it's like you just steady burying folk in them. You know what I'm saying? Like you had those folks. So with that shit with folks in them, bro, I'm thinking like because they older folk and they didn't survive so much that they story is written. They supposed to be here. They one of the two that was meant to survive this shit and live to tell their story. You know what I'm saying? So when phone them die, it just be a little more like I don't want to say like I expect the YNs to all get killed. You know what I'm saying? Like that ain't what I'm saying, for. But I'm just saying like you like the YNs is in this shit deep, knee deep. You know what I'm saying? They the ones like going back and forth about this shit, folks. So you know it's like when shit be going on with them and they age range, it's like all right, okay. Y'all been woofing at each other on the net. Y'all tagging and dissing each other in songs and shit. Like, y'all really active, folks. I don't want to say we not active. We around. We in this shit. You know what I'm saying? But y'all it's y'all turn on BD. You know what I'm saying? It's all the 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. You know what I'm saying? Once you get about like 24, 25, bro, if you really was in this shit off the porch as a shorty, you already an OG, folks. Like, people, I don't know why people think OGs started when you 40 or something, bro. I'm 28, bro. I've been in the streets half my life on BD. I'm only 28 years old, and it's over half my life because I was a freshman in high school when I was 14, and I was already in the streets. On bro, been in the streets a minute then. On phone now, I wasn't a rookie right then and there in high school, and I was already in this shit. So it's like now I've been in this. I started experiencing. I don't even want to say I've been in this. I started experiencing street shit half my life ago, bro. You know what I'm saying? So now we at the point where it's like, you know, we at the back nine of this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like we
You
at the end.
you had mentioned in our last interview when I talked about Mimo throwing up GD, and you kind of, I think you said something like, you know, and now that we're older, you know what I'm saying, we should be able to relax a little.
That shit with, like, when I see what Mimo be doing, folk, like, all I tell is we deserve it, folk. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's at the point of our life now, folk, like, and I'm talking about, like, me and Mimo them age, you know what I'm saying? Like, we at the point now, bro, where we have to be allowed to graduate. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can't be the same young niggas that was want to diss the ops and, you know, like, act like we just getting our feet wet in this shit. Like, we at the age where we looked at as OGs in the streets, bro. Like real shit. Like, we can't even bang the same, bro. Like, we can't do none of that shit.
Yeah, and that's why I'm saying, for like, you know, and don't get me wrong, it's still who they is and where they from. It's not like it's just like, oh, I'm out the game, I can move around willy-nilly. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like, the older motherfucker gets, like, you gotta let them, you gotta start transitioning and graduate, folk. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of street folk, they don't think they supposed to graduate, or they don't end up graduating, folk. Like, they end up stuck in the same phase, folk, and it be so stupid because you like, it's my age trying to like live like they 17. It's like, bro, what? Like, and I ain't gonna lie, when I was a shorty, I didn't know why we jumped out the porch so early, but now in hindsight, I'm glad we did, because imagine me being a grown ass goofy folk right now trying to be knee deep in and trying to act like I'm sliding every day and we dissing, and like, bro, that shit goofy as hell. The older you get, folk, it get more and more goofy to move that way. Nobody tell you to drop your flag or none of that shit, bro, but you gotta let the shorties do what the shorties do, folk, on BD. And that's why, like, when shit happen with look shorties, it's like it's sad too, but it's like y'all knee deep in this shit. This is what come. Because when I was 16, that's who I was getting killed. 16-year-olds, 18 and 19-year-olds. Like, when no 30-year-olds getting smoked and shit when I was little, because there was the 16-year-olds that was in tour with everybody. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker, that's why so many other that died in my era, people like, y'all was killing kids. No, the fuck we wasn't. He was already in the streets, sliding and gang banging and catching gun cases, and we weren't no kids. We was literal kids, but not literally. I mean, not figuratively. We was grown as hell. That's why it was a lot of shit happening to kids back in the day, folks. So it's like, with them, like I said, they survived this shit, bro, and you think that they gonna be here to tell their story. So when it happened to them and damn, my era, for it's like, damn, I thought they was gonna be here, for it was a little more sad.
Do you have a favorite story that you can share before we change topics?
On who, Duke?
Yep, Duke or Youngin. Yep.
Yeah, man. Now, for them, it's so crazy because they always be together, bro. For them to call me lacking over East, so many, it's always over East. You know what I'm saying? It's always over East, bro, because LA Mama used to stay on over East on 72nd and Bennett. You know what I'm saying? And I used to be going to LA crib and shit like that, you know, because this is my peoples. So, and this was after folks was dead and shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, this probably like in 2019 and shit like that, you know, like 2020. Man, for them, I'm outside lacking with a girl. I'm outside arguing with a bitch, bro. Me and a bitch on East tweaking on the side block. Motherfucker, right now, I'm already blind as hell, folks. So, motherfucker, drop window on me. Damn, hey, boy, your ass lacking. I'm trying to see what it is. Hey, boy, let's do. I walk up to the car. I was relieved, folks, because I thought they was for to drop my top on Steve, folks. Like, it's like, but I ain't gonna lie, I be having good luck. Every time some shit like, every time I get up on me that way, for it's always one of the guys, folks. Like, I always be thinking, like, damn, I was just loafing. That really could have been my last day. Good thing I noticed. I'm for them. Like, you feel me, bro? He called me and shit. I walk up to the car, we shake up and shit. Man, what you want? I'm a shit front of my move with a bitch. He like, yeah, you move around. We get to talk this shit. I'm like, yeah, for I finna tuck back this way. For I let that bitch go to the shop she was working at right there. I slid back to LA crib, for. And then him and Youngin called me again, coming from the stove right there on their corner, for. And they called me. We shake up and shit. They in the car. They at the light. I'm walking past. Crossing the street, they tell your ass like it. I'm steady getting caught by phone now. And I'm like, man, I don't need to stop. What the Well, every time every time I was over there outside and on my feet, for them would be riding through that bitch or something. On BD, I'm just like, bro, hell no, I'm fronting my shit. I stopped doing that shit, folks. I'm like, one of these times it's gonna be the wrong niggas. I keep putting myself out here for it's gonna be the wrong one of these times, but I'm just gonna start. I'm gonna get everything I need before I go to LA house. On photo, I can't go to no more stores, but that shit over with. Bro.
Some really other big news happened, man. Diddy almost gets exonerated, and he only gets convicted of 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution. What's your thoughts on that?
Man, fool. He was acquitted of a lot of the shit, so I can't even hold it against him on BD. So now I got to talk about what he was, what actually happened. Since now he done got exonerated of a lot of the shit. I don't even want to speak on a lot of it because they just charges. You know what I'm saying? At this point, he was, I guess, not proven not guilty for him. But just speaking of like.
On the most serious charges.
Yeah, he got off on the most serious charges. Yeah, the charges that really would have made him look like a bad person to the public, and the charges that like would have held him in jail for life could have. You know what I'm saying? So he was acquitted of those. But one thing I noticed about Diddy, how I feel about this Diddy shit for is like that shit, bro. That shit freaky, bro. I ain't even gonna lie, bro. Like. I ain't gonna lie, bro. It's a lot of freak shit going on, man. Like, you know, like, and I ain't gonna lie, for like, you remember growing up, well, you probably older than me, bro. But like when I was growing up, we used to always hear whispers about like the Illuminati and like having to do certain shit. If you get to a certain level, having to do certain freaky shit or be involved with certain freaks, and it's gonna be certain things asked of you, folk.
What do you think about Cassie sending a letter to the judge asking him to keep Diddy in jail? And when she was like mainly involved in this and she was with Diddy the whole way doing all these crimes, and she's walking away scot-free and with 30 million, and then she's asking the judge to keep Diddy in jail.
Man, yeah, she terrorizing Diddy, folk. I ain't even gonna lie, it's like a shakedown or some shit. Like, I ain't gonna lie, folk. And then it's like, you know, this is one of the reasons why I feel like, you know, everything ain't going exactly how they probably wanted it to go for him too. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, I don't see the force. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, yeah, he a freak, but y'all is indulging in this shit. Y'all got more power in this shit than you acting like y'all did, folk. You know what I'm saying? Like, she made it seem like this nigga was actually running a sex traffic organization, like motherfuckers just doing shit because they just terrified and drugged up whole time. It's like it's a consent given and people aware on every step, and y'all is choosing to indulge in this shit. Maybe begrudgingly choosing, but y'all still choosing it, for you know. So at the end of the day, bro, I ain't gonna lie, for and I was one of the biggest critics for about that shit when it first came out, because the charges that was on it was like I was like, oh damn, this doing all that. But whole time, you know, a lot of that shit was smoke and mirrors, and I think Drew Fenelon said that shit to Vlad TV, like, man, the DA office in the feds is taking the RICO charge, folks. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is not a real RICO, folks. This is just some other shit but this not a real RICO, folks. And Drew Fenlon was basically explaining like he think he was gonna come home from that shit off that or beat a lot of those charges because of that, and he low key did. Like, this shit don't really add up to a RICO, bro. This shit is just a freaky vibe on bro that's been extends over the 20-30 year period on phone, you know. So I ain't gonna lie, folks. Cassie, for how I feel was she tried to she victimized herself, folks, and then turned out she wasn't really innocent. You know what I'm saying? She was not really innocent, folks. You know what I'm saying? She wasn't innocent at all. She had a role. She was getting Diddy and shit. Like, you know, like it was a lot that she had to do with this shit too. Like, she damn near like the underboss of the freak offs. What? Like, if he the boss, you like the underboss, folks. Like, You lining this shit up. They gonna be here at this time, and like, okay, you go get all the motherfuckers involved. Don't be there. You getting this shit going on. You is not innocent, folks. Don't be there. That shit was. I was just threw out because there was so many involved. I'm like, wow, folks. So folks gay or something? Like, is that what I'm seeing? Don't be there. And they said folks like to rub other nut on his nipples and rub it in, and I'm like, whoa. So folks got a fetish. On BD, I'm like, folk got a fetish or something for what the like, you feel me, folk? Oh man, I'm like, damn, but Miami did say he peed on her, folk, and she act like she liked it. Then with his case coach, she would say she was lying, like, nah, he probably peed on you, folk. You freaky too, on BD. Like she I know she a freak. You know what I'm saying, on BD, so I don't know. Everything goes on phone, but yeah, folk. Outside of that shit, low key looking gay. I ain't have no. I thought Cassie at the beginning. I thought she was like way more innocent than she turned out to be.
I was waiting for the horrible rape stories that I thought were coming and that never showed up to the trial. I mean, I definitely thought there was going to be more of that, man. And there was definitely some stuff, like you said, that I did not need to know about.
Man, bro. Man, bro. I swear to God, that shit. That's why when I was talking about with the Illuminati part, bro, like I feel like I remember growing up, bro, I used to hear a bunch of stories about getting in when you become a certain type of level like a echelon, when you get in a certain echelon of your career, for it's gonna be a lot of shit going on behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna lie, when I seen that shit happen to Diddy, I thought that this was like exposing the Illuminati, on BD. Like I ain't gonna lie, to me it felt like the industry was being put on blast, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like for the first time, a lot of these rumors shit that we heard, we was low key able to validate some of the shit we used to hear. Like, bro, ain't nobody never been that successful to know if all these little rumors you hear as a kid is true. But when you see this type of shit at the forefront, it's like it kind of fit the little storyline they was telling you when you was young. Like, look, man, these is the biggest in the game and been the biggest in the game 30 years. So they up there at that level playing these type of games, folks. That sound like the shit I was told back in the day. Like, yeah, they gonna try to you on BD. You might have to sacrifice one of your peoples. You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna be weird shit happening to you behind the scenes on BD, and you're gonna have to suffer through all that quietly, and you're gonna be successful. On bro, and then when this happened, I'm like, oh wow, so they was gonna really try to you. You will probably come up missing. Your kid Cudi got his car blew up. The bro, motherfucker, car on fire, like shit really going on. This shit real a little bit. It might was a little sold, a little extra, but okay, I guess they wasn't lying like I thought they was, folks, on BD back in the day. You was shorty, you like, man, what the you want that shit to not be true so bad, folks, but it was something to it. That's what I can say. Based off this shit with Diddy and even just other people, bro, like with R. Kelly, with Bill Cosby, folks, like, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't vindicating them for what they was charged with. I'm just saying, like, these the biggest in the game, and behind the scenes, they fall under that narrative, folks. Like, all you behind the scenes was doing freaky shit for real. On BD, they exposed everybody. On bro, even the white people like Harry Weinstein or some shit like that, folks. Even Epstein, like it was just like, bro, the most successful people in the world is freaks. On bro, like, and that's why I heard as a short, like, bro, you're gonna have to suck a dick at some point to be famous as hell. I'm like, oh, whoa. But behind the scenes, like, shit, that's what it was, that's what they was doing for real, folks. Doing freaky shit. So I don't know, man. But yeah, I feel like I feel like after I knew all the news and shit, he should have been acquitted of all that shit. You know what I'm saying? And except the shit that he got, I feel like the charges that they did have on him when they kept on him, I see how they made their points. But I feel like he even think that that's a win. You know what I'm saying? That's a win, folks. You beat a federal RICO. Like, that shit unheard of. But it taken like Diddy to beat a motherfucking federal RICO. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, that RICO it shouldn't have never been a RICO. You know what I'm saying? I feel like the DA's office, everybody in that do a job got a way that they want to elevate their own stature in their field, folks. Like some of these district attorneys, folks, these just want to be the who convicted Diddy. You know what I'm saying? Like
They want the clout too.
yeah, they want to like, bro. All these lawyers and shit. How you think Brian Steele feel? He done beat 2 RICOs in less than a year. He just freed Thug and Diddy. Like, how you think like these got check marks and quotas and they got their own pride in games that they play, folks. You know what I'm saying? So when these DA's office, folks, and you know how they came across with this case, right? Cassie she sued him, and it was a civil suit. The DA read her civil suit, folks, and basically was just on some shit like, if all of this shit is true, then this is criminal shit. You know what I'm saying? You can be tried, convicted, and sent to prison for this shit Cassie accusing Diddy of, folks. And even though they settled for $30 million, the DA like these criminal charges in a civil suit. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna drop a criminal charge on you about this shit you did to Cassie, folks. And then they started invading his cribs. More people came out saying, "Oh, this happened to me. This happened to me. This happened to me." And they said, "Oh, they try to put all that shit together." For the whole time, it sounded like Cassie was overdoing it, folks, on BD, or she was undermining her role, folks, on BD. That's what I think she did. She undersold how much of a role she played in this shit. Like when she first sued Diddy, bro, he paid her the next day. I said, "Oh, this guilty." Well, sue you paid her 24 hours, $30 million, it's settled. Oh, this guilty. He hotter than fish grease. On BD, but whole time, folks, he probably was trying to get ahead of the public perception of that shit. He probably wanted to settle out just to do away with all this extra media involvement with the shit and get the shit over with. But man, folks, that shit crazy. I ain't gonna lie, folks. That shit crazy.
Okay, well, I came across this old live that King Von did. And in this live, he talks about 051 Melly, and he talks about a convo he had with him. And he said that one of the guys you could talk to, he told him that God got him on his murder case because he lost his best friend. Talking about T-Roy. And then, he went on to say, that was some real shit from a bitch ass op.
Right. Oh, wow.
Knowing both of them, what do you think about that?
That's funny ass dialogue. That's what I think about it, folks. On BD. So you saying Melly said to Von, Von was in jail, but he said he tagged Von in some shit and said like, God got you on your murder after he lost his homie.
Yep.
And then Von beat that shit. That was real as hell on BD, folks. I ain't gonna even lie. That was too real, folks, bro. But yeah, it's funny shit, man. Like people don't understand, bro. We used to wolf at each other on the net more than anybody could ever know, bro. Like we used to do that shit so much. That's why I don't try to frown on shit the shorties do now. Like it's like I could feel a certain way about it, but I ain't gonna hold them. I don't hold a lot of shit over their head. They shorties, bro. We literally did the same shit. You know what I'm saying? Like we did all the same shit. And I was doing that, bro. Like I was one of the ones doing that, and I had to go out of that shit. Like hopefully they will. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's a real dialogue from two respecting from their end.
How rare is something like that for King Von to say, or to even be in contact with somebody like 051 Melly?
I ain't gonna leave it live, folks. You said like, is it rare? Like it's definitely not common, folks. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't gonna leave it live, but because most of the time we talking to each other, we woofing at each other. You know what I'm saying? But like you'll have here and there, folks. Like I ain't even gonna lie, it'd be so funny, folks, with people that's in tour with each other, folks. You will have two who really want each other dead, but they got respect for each other for who they is. You know what I'm saying? Like you'll talk shit about most of the from his hood, but when it come to him, you still want him dead, but you're gonna put some respect on his name. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I feel like they two niggas, they putting respect on each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you know what it is, but you know, you one of them, I'm one of them. You know what I'm saying? And certain like that, like like that exists from every hood, even hoods that's in tour with each other. So you could not f with one of them dead, but you respect his gangster. So y'all kind of like operate with each other under different things on bro. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's kind of what that. I think that's what that was. You know, like them niggas want each other gone, but you know they dialogues. They got a respectful tone to them because they know each other and who they is in the streets.
I seen you touch on in a clip on the time period where Vaughn was mostly in jail. I think from like '09 to 2017,
Mm-hmm.
he was only out of jail for I think you said like a year.
Yeah.
Can you kind of touch on that a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, shit. That's who he was growing up. I ain't gonna leave a lie, folks. Like he just was, like he'll be in jail on phone him, like, and you would never really get a chance to really be out here with him. You then have to enjoy him out while he out. You know what I'm saying? Because he'll be back booked, and he always did hella time. Like it wasn't even like no, he get out, he do a little crackhead bid or some shit. Like he always get booked through a year and a half, 2 years, 3 years, 3.5 years. Like that shit was weird as hell. For I ain't even gonna lie, because it's like he was a jailbird, but it wasn't even like he was doing shit where it was like you in a way. Like he was just doing shit to like he was doing shit that like to feed his family and take care of himself for, but he'll just get caught for it for on BD, like you know what I'm saying? Or like he protecting himself, or like he got his pipe on him, get bumped with a pipe, you know what I'm saying? Like it just was used to be random ass shit, folks. But that's cause Vaughn, for when he out every day. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't think folks used to really take no off days. Like when we was young folks, we used to be in the hood every day. Like we rarely left the block. So every day we leave out our cribs, it's like we putting ourselves in a position to get bumped for something. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he always leaving and going either from O Block to 600 in the front street, back to the O. Like, we used to walk a lot, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, we walked everywhere. We was shorties with cars. Even when we had steamers and shit, we used to just walk around. So folks used to just be outside every day, and there's a criminal outside every day. It's just like you just run into shit, bro. Like, that's why when I got older, I stopped like leaving out my crib every day and I stopped doing a lot of unnecessary riding for. Like if I don't got nowhere to go, I'm not getting in my car for. Like back in the shorty, you want to joyride for. And joyriding, all you doing is just waiting on something to happen for real. You know what I'm saying? Like you just riding around the city till you get on the high speed with 12 or till you get in a bang out or go and slide on the op. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause that's really, the longer you stay outside, that's what's about to happen. You just putting yourself at risk of getting slid on, or you having to do something, or you having to get bumped from 12 or get on the high speed running into something though. Cause you out all the time. So you sometimes you gotta just save yourself on bro. But when we that young folk, Vaughn was out all the time. So it's like he out, might see a stain, he wanna try to hit. Certain shit don't go right. Or he just outside, he got his Glock on him. They on his folk, you know what I'm saying? Cause they know he Vaughn. So like you damn near gotta run from the police just because when you him on bro, like, or they getting on him, they'll pull up on folks and just like they wouldn't even they wouldn't even pat everybody down. They'll pull up, how about the car, and grab him and frisk him for nothing. Just frisk him for him. BD like whenever they ride past on BD, if he got it, he gonna run that, and now they gonna put the whole block on the hood, folks. Cause they know he running for a reason. Cause when he ain't told, he don't run. He let him because he know they about to frisk him on BD. So, but when he run, they know it's up. So now the whole hood hit, the whole precinct hitting the block and shit because they own him, on phone him, you know what I'm saying? But he was booked for him, bro. It was weird because we used to have to hang. I feel like that's why he was hanging so much though too. You know what I'm saying? Because he was always in jail. So it's like when he come home, it'd be so much to, you feel like he lost so much, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of our dead homies folk was in jail was dead when he was in jail when it happened. So he get out, folk, like he missed he been without folk them, a lot didn't happen since he was in jail. So he basically, I think he be trying to like get reacquainted with all this shit, folks. You know? I think that's what be happening. I think he be trying to like insert himself back into a life, folks. So he be outside every day. You know what I'm saying? Because he be gone so long, folks. So when he get back, he always back in the trench. And I think that's how he was ending up back book, just hanging too much.
I came across this old tweet from Tuka dissing Little Mo after he was killed. This is from 2010. You know, he says, catch him, leave him slumped. Now his body just laying. They miss you like Mo, fool. You know what I'm saying? And then at the end of it, he kind of like, kind of sounds like he takes credit for it. Which, you know, I was kind of, you know, I just thought that was kind of crazy that he dissed the dead so early and everything, you know, and then he ended up being one of the main ones who was dissed. Did you know Little Mo?
Yeah. You talking about from the Lamb, right?
Yes.
Yeah, no, I knew Lil Mo, folk. Bro, you know what I'm saying? Lil Mo, folk. Well, all of these folk, we know. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all know each other, folk. I'm a young, though, folk. Them, like, Lil Mo and them folk was older than me, folk. You know what I'm saying? Like, they was in this shit when I was just a kid, folk, on road. You know what I'm saying? So, Lil Mo got killed so soon, folk. You know what I'm saying? It was like, I know Lil Mo, but I ain't get a chance to have a relationship with him because he was from the Lamb, which is like, it's not far from our hood, folk, but it's not like being from the O, folk. The O is like, all of them, I grew up with them, folk. We got the same quarters, folk. We got the same, we share the same block, folk. So we don't do shit but walk and be with each other all the time, even when we were shorties, folk. Our hoods is next to each other. We share King Drive. We hang together. We go to parties and shit when we was kids, folk. Lil Mo and them, folk, they was on the Lamb, and you know what I'm saying? They was already older than us, but they also was like farther like away. Like when we was walking this shit, bro, we ain't walking to the Lamb on BD. The Lamb is far. You know what I'm saying? So we hung with the Lamb a lot less when I was a shorty, folk. You know what I'm saying? Because they was on the other side of the E-way. You know what I'm saying? But some of them would come over there like, you know, the chub them would come over there and shit when we got a little older. But that was when we started grabbing cars. One walking from the Lamb to the 6 or to the O, they had to, we stain Daning or one of Big Bro them got a car, some shit like that, folk. But yeah, I knew Lil Mo, but I ain't know him well because I went with him.
What do you think about Tuka sending that tweet out in 2010?
Man, I told you, man, that's the type of shit that used to be going on. You know what I'm saying? That's why I don't be condemning the shorties now, man. They just doing the shit they saw other motherfuckers doing. You know what I'm saying? And this is how motherfuckers beef. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't gonna lie, it's nothing new, folks. Like, all this shit just a repeating cycle, folks. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm not shocked Tuka made that tweet. I don't feel, I expected some shit like that from them. We all do. We expect that from each other, folks. And Tuka was in this shit, so I know he was woofing probably too. And you know, he was another young nigga. Tuka got killed when he was like 14 or 15. You know what I'm saying? So, Tuka was another heavy in this shit, you know what I'm saying, in that age group where that's what we was doing. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't shocked at all.
Now, this happened a while ago, but I was definitely surprised when I learned that the basketball player D Rose paid for Little JoJo's funeral.
Yeah, bro, that shit happened, man. And I ain't even gonna lie, for you know, D Rose, he a legend in the rack, folk. Like, so, you know, like when he hit the scene, a lot of the motherfuckers from the rack was loving him, folk. Like, and a lot of niggas from my hood, you know, with him, folk, bro. You know what I'm saying? I was a LeBron fan, so I couldn't love D Rose how I was supposed to when I was a shorty, folk, because they used to put him and LeBron against each other a lot, and LeBron used to play him in the playoffs. So it was like if you was a D Rose friend, you couldn't even be a LeBron fan. If you was a LeBron fan, folk, you couldn't really be a D Rose fan. It's like they ain't want to welcome you in, folk. And I wanted to root for D Rose, but like if the reciprocated, it's like his fans don't like mine that I like, folk. So I can't show it in that. Even though he from the city, I don't hate him. I support everything he do unless he playing the Cavaliers, folk. Or the Miami Heat, folks. Like I can't wish him well if he play him out, because you know I'm a LeBron fan. But LeBron was in the league already when D Rose came. So when Rose came, I had a guy. You know what I'm saying? Some had Kobe, some had KD, some niggas had, like other niggas, folk, but I was a LeBron fan already, folk. You know what I'm saying? Like through and through. I didn't thought he was the GOAT then on phone them. You know what I'm saying? So when D Rose came and got drafted to the Bulls, folk, him and LeBron played, it seemed like every year in big games. You know what I'm saying? So I had to root for my and had to root for Rose, folk. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't get a chance to like I always saluted him, but I ain't get a chance to really hype him up how I should have because I was a LeBron fan. But like we as a hood folk loved D Rose, folk. He was like one of those like made men in this city, folk. Everybody respect D Rose, folk. We call him Pooh. You know what I'm saying? But everybody got love for him, folks. Like, I ain't gonna lie, it's not too many other homegrown people you could say got more love in his city than Rose, folks. Like, Rose can come in this bitch and go walk on any block with no gun. Like, them niggas, folks, everybody man, like, he don't get nothing but paid homage all through this bitch, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, when he did what he did for JoJo, folks, I ain't gonna lie, this is where we knee deep in the shit, folks. That shit kind of hurt it. Like, from my hood, really was tweaking off that, folks. Like, not being disrespectful to him and nothing. It's just like, damn, bro. Like, he really paid for an ops funeral, folks. Like, damn, like, he ain't want to, with us first, we lost him too. Like, when he stepped in with JoJo, motherfucker thought he was side picking. Like, oh, damn, you ain't dropped the sack on none of our funerals. You gonna drop what old folks shit, though. You know what I'm saying? Like we was caught off guard like when folks first did that shit. I ain't gonna lie, folks. That shit threw us a lot of us off, folks. But now that I'm older, I can see that I don't think that was no reason why he really did that outside of like the uproar. You know what I'm saying? And who JoJo was, like JoJo was like they Keith, bro, on BD. You know what I'm saying? Like there's like whacking they Keith on bro. So maybe if something would have happened to us like that on that scale, he probably would have stepped in too. You know what I'm saying? Because he from the city, he aware of what's going on. Because, bro, when they killed JoJo and he did that shit, that was like killing a Keith. You know what I'm saying? So he probably stepped in and he seen the uproar and everything that was going to fall behind. He probably felt like he wanted to do something, folks. And that was some stand-up shit, folks. You know what I'm saying? But it definitely was wild to see at the time, folks. Not like we was going to start saying D Rose, it just was like, damn, folks, on BD, he really cashed out one of the ops, folks, on bro, like, damn, that kind of threw everybody for a whirlwind, folks. But I ain't gonna lie, I think that was some shit that he was thorough for, to be honest with you, folks, because everybody ain't had life insurance like that, folks, on bro. A lot of motherfuckers don't put life insurance on 15-year-olds and shit. Like, you ain't thinking you supposed to do that yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of motherfuckers that young don't got something set up, some policy, folk. You know what I'm saying? So it get hard to bury motherfuckers. And then when they bury you at 15, all his homies 15 too. You can't get the 200 apiece from a bunch of 15-year-olds to make the funeral look nice. You know what I'm saying? We all shorties, folks. That's why back in the day, that shit for us, for as many lives was lost, it was rough. Because, like, at that point, bro, like, before Sosa got on, even the big guys ain't have no motion. Like, it was in their 20s ain't had shit. What you think some 15-year-olds got? Like, that shit fell on everybody family who died. Like, his hood couldn't help at all. Like, now that we older and shit like that, when shit happened, we can all pitch in, folks. But when that shit happened when you young, ain't none of JoJo friends coming to the table like, I got 5. Folk got 5. He got, like, no. We all living off JoJo low key, like he the man. We was finna do what we do after he did what he did. You know what I'm saying? Like he the man, so he get hit. It's like, man, folks. So D Rose stepped in and made sure he went out the right way. That's kind of cool though, Like JoJo a legend, man. He probably needed to go out righteous. You know what I'm saying? I need to go out a certain way, man.
What did 600 D Rose think about it?
No,
being that he named himself after the basketball player.
Right. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, folks. D Rose, like from my block, he was the first one to have actual D Rose shoes. Like I ain't never seen him on nobody till I seen I beer with him, folks. You know what I'm saying? And that shit was like he was another D Rose fan, folks. Like he loved Rose, folks. So I ain't gonna lie, I'm pretty sure if I'm remembering right, that shit like it caught us all off guard. For like I say, nobody was looking at Pooh like, oh, you was a bitch ass op 9. Like, you know, it wasn't that. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, damn, bro. Like, these is literally our ops, folk. You know, like, folk came and paid for his funeral. We kind of thought, like, you know, we young. We thinking, like, is he switching, or, like, is he trying to goddamn it, like, pick a side? But I don't think it was that. I think he just had to step in and, you know, like, make sure Shorty go out the right way on BD.
Now, Little Tim has been back in the news lately.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't hear too much from him, but he came out with a song called Slide for Who. And in this song, you know, it sounds like he takes a little shot at Vaughn.
Mm.
What's your thoughts on that?
Man, bro, I'm gonna be honest with you, folk. He ain't wrong, folk. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't, bro, these, like, I ain't even gonna lie, folk. Now it's to the point with them and phone them, it's like, whatever come from either side, it's expected, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, them got real bloodshed behind this shit, folks. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's bloodshed now. Like, it's like you asking me about Wooski dissing one of us. Like, what do you mean? Shit, that shit is expected on phone. Like, that's what they do. They from that side. That's what they was on. You know what I'm saying? We beefing. We got real smoke with each other, folks. You know what I'm saying? So if he said something, you expect it. You know what I'm saying? Like, Lil Tim did some shit, he ain't got away with it, folks. You know what I'm saying? So now he feel like he could talk his shit. And then, you know, with the shit happening or allegedly happening that they trying to say Schmirk did to, you know, they trying to allude with that shit with Schmirk. So now it's like it's supposed bloodshed on both ends. So now that's real beef, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's real beef. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's lost on both sides. You know what I'm saying? So now that's what it's gonna be, folks. Lil Tim gonna say what he say. You know what I'm saying? Bro, it's just like when Foden was dissing him, when the Shoebox and them was saying what they was saying, and it's shit. It's expected now. It's on. You know what I'm saying? You expect both sides to be chirping and rapping and doing all of that on Foden. You know what I'm saying? Like, you expect it to be happening, folks, on Steve. So that's what like how I am. I expect it. I don't feel no way or think even people should feel a way when he do what he do, because y'all, it's beef. It's real beef, and that's what doing this real beef.
There was a center on 67th that everyone used to go to. Was this a place where you also hung out at a lot?
Well, the center. So on 67, that's the church. You know what I'm saying? That's the church. Pastor Brooks Church, you know what I'm saying? And, well, it did get, like, it is a center, you know what I'm saying? But it's really a church, you know what I'm saying? Well, you know, we did all our funerals there for the guys and shit, you know, like that. That's what LA funeral was at, too. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, I've been, you know, like, that center saved a lot of our lives, for like, that church, Pastor Brooks, he, like, a lot of us respect him, man, because he put his hand, like, you know, he put his hands in our lives early, fo. You know what I'm saying? So, like, he kind of inserted himself in. You know what I'm saying? Like, he could have just been one of them pastors who try to, like, look down on us like a lot of people do that live that type of life, fo. But he actually, like, made it a issue to, like, actually, like, intervene in the best ways he could, fo. And a lot of people looked at that shit, we could tell it's genuine. So a lot of people with Pastor Brooks, man, like, you know, and that center saved a lot of my lives, man. You know what I'm saying?
Wasn't this a place where, like, everybody used to play basketball and hang out before the beef happened?
Nah, see,
or am I getting this confused with something else?
Yeah, no. Because I was gonna ask you this, because that's a church on 67, but it is somewhere where we did dwell, and it was a center type vibe, you know. It was a lot of shit for us to do because, you know, we're trying to get away from being in the hood, even though we next door. But now, what you thinking that is 63rd and Wabash? That was the Boys and Girls Club. It was we used to call it the center. It was a Boys and Girls Club on 63rd and Wabash. That was in the hood on Front Street, and that's where we all used to go when we was shorties. Yeah, that's what we used to be. It used to be us and the ops, folks. Like, you know what I'm saying? It used to be us. And basically who would grow up to be MOB in Gyro City. Duck used to be there, folks. Scrap used to be there, folks. from MOB, Ruger little brother, folks. He used to be in that bitch hooping with us every day. Duck stayed across the street from there. On bro, it was like a shelter across the street, and there was one apartment building right next to the shelter, folks. He literally walk right across the street from bro, like. So we used to be in that bitch hooping with each other and shit on the computers, checking our Facebooks and MySpaces and tags and shit. You know, we checking all our shit, folks. You know, we hooping, playing the games, you know, with hoes and shit. You know, we was still young as hell. We still was with hoes. Even we like 12 years old and that bitch with hoes, folks. You know what I'm saying? Like all the bitches that go from every school used to go there after school, folks. Like it was 3 schools in my hood, folks. It's Dulles, which is behind the Wick, behind Parkway. It's Bessie Ross, which is on Front Street. That's the school we was all going to. And then it was Carter on 58th, which was MOB territory. But you know, this before we even doing that like that. You know what I'm saying? And that's what Scrapton was going to school at. They used to come from Carter and go there. You know what I'm saying? Used to come from Carter and go in that bitch, folks. So we was jamming hard. For I used to be seeing these every day after school. That's why when a lot of shit started kicking off, it was just weird as hell. It was crazy for the first, you know, few months when this shit was really real with our sides. It's like, damn, bro, I would be with this every day last year. You know what I'm saying? That's really up there, bro. Like, you catch him, you supposed to like erase all of those memories of him, folks, and try to do something to him. You know what I'm saying? It was weird as hell getting adjusted to that, folks, because we basically got into it with every nigga to be with. Like it was like,
You probably know their families.
Yeah,
you probably know
like,
their moms.
bro.
They know your mom.
Bro, I'm telling you, folks, like it was straight up, it was different, folks. You know what I'm saying? It was different, folks. I ain't even gonna lie, bro. That shit was tough, folks. I ain't gonna lie, cause like you said, we know each other parents, folks. Like Mac and Scrap, folks, like they mamas called them sons. Like Mac mama called Scrap her son, folks. This was Mac's best friend, folks. Like, you know what I'm saying? Mac was going to Carter with them. He wasn't even going to our school. He was going to Carter with them. You know what I'm saying? So these mamas know each other, like, for real. They calling each other sons. They approve of their relationship. You know what I'm saying? So, like, this shit was real the first few months, folks. Like, you really, it's like we done that went to school with them too, because we spent every day after school with them. On phone, we went to school, and then all our schools met at the center. So we were just all up there together on phone. We spent about 6, 7, 8 hours in school, and then we go spend another 5 in the center. For we getting out of school at like 2:45. For everybody going to the center to like 8 o'clock, 8:30. You know what I'm saying? Like we in there with them half the day we was outside. So when that shit was like that, for it was wild. I ain't gonna even lie, it was wild, folks. But you know, as you don't got time to really go through all the phases and shit, you gotta get your head on the swivel quick, cause everybody being told what the deal is. You know what I'm saying? Like, this, hey, bro, look, you better get in the game, coach. Don't fool them, because these not our friends no more. So if they keep fucking around acting like you wanna be distraught about certain shit, you're gonna be dead on phone them. So we had to snap out of that shit quick as hell, bro. But it was tough.
Well, you mentioned the old block parties where they would start whooping on dudes, you know, where they would walk out, you know, and the party ain't over until someone gets their ass whooped.
Yeah, that's a fact, bro. I ain't gonna leave a lie.
Talk to me about it, man. Do you have a situation or something you can touch on?
Man, folk, like, I swear to God, folk, like, we was in a party one night with the would grow up to become the ops, folk. You know what I'm saying? Like, we was in a party. They used to come to our parties too. You know what I'm saying? We would throw parties and it'll be future MOB shorties in there. You know what I'm saying? Booger, Scrap, all of them, they'll be in our parties, bro. And one night, like, see, this was the funny part about, like, that's getting whooped after, folk. Like, usually when a nigga get whooped after a gathering or a party, it started in the party. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's you steer something in the party, it was finna be a situation or something. Maybe you got out the party and they whooped you for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could kind of figure out, like, what the about to happen. Like, you started something, you grabbed the wrong girl ass or something in the party. When you got out the party, you got your ass rolled. O Block wasn't like that, bro. They will straight up roll you for nothing. Like nothing happened to transpire that even you get rolled about. Like you getting beat up for nothing, bro. On BD, like you real live getting jumped for no reason, folks. Like like you look like what thinking they for them arguing with these in the party or something like. No, these niggas have been partying with us the whole night. Nobody got into it. Nobody did the wrong thing or nothing. On phone them, they stay to the whole entire party's over, and then phone them when they get downstairs or when we get to the street. It's like they trying to find a victim before we leave. Like phone, like for real, bro. Like they used to just tweak phone, bro. And one day they tweaked on Booger them from MOP. On phone them, man. T-Roy used to be starting so much shit when we was little, folks. I'm telling you, like, and he always been little as hell, but I swear to God, he always been rambunctious as fuck. He just used to be starting shit, folks. And he always been Troy. You know what I'm saying? Like one of the guys everybody gonna ride behind. Like even before he was playing with guns, folks. You know what I'm saying? And he been playing with guns early as hell, folks. But even before that, like he was still Troy. So everybody gonna ride behind folks on BD. So even back then, folks, he used to be putting his hands on people. He just used to always want to try to fight somebody, bro. Like, but it's not really a fight because he know once he throw a punch, it's going to be 100 steps behind him like a centipede, folks. Like nobody even letting him fight alone. It's like as soon as he gonna just start it off. It's like he's starting off an ass whooping that somebody about to catch. They about to get the shit beat out of them, folks. And one day we was leaving the party, Danielle Cole stayed on the 9th floor in the white building on 63rd in Michigan. We leaving the party, folks. Like I said, another great ass night in the hood, party, busting, hoes was active. It was going on, folks. On BD, it's like 09, folks. Bro, it's probably like 09, might have been 08. I ain't gonna lie, we was shorties, bro. Like 12, 13, some of us probably was 11 on folding. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, for them getting that, boy, we leave the party, folks. It's like they gotta find a victim, and they like, all right, okay, most of us is all the guys. So they just felt some that, like, even though we wanted to tour for them, like, y'all not the BDs, folks. Y'all the GDs, and we rolling y'all tonight, bro. It's just like, it's just for nothing. And you see these before you hooped with them at the center, too. So they know these too, bro. It's like, see, somebody got to get this ass whooping tonight, bro. It don't feel like an old block party until it get rolled after. You know what I'm saying? So that's like the outro to they parties, folks. Like okay, when the party over, like the party not over till somebody randomly get their teeth stumped in. That's how you know it's time to go home. Like when they start whooping random shit, all right, okay, party over. Like, so they did. For I'm telling you, for one day he get on Booger ass. For Booger try to run on BD. Booger tried to run. Troy get to chasing him. So I ain't gonna lie. Troy trying to finna punch him. For Booger turned around, whack Troy, folks, on BD. So now you know Booger. He was a fatter and shit. Troy little. So when he bust Troy, he turned around and bust Troy and shit on BD. Like Troy wasn't expecting it, so Troy, like, you know, he like knocked Troy back a little bit, folk, on bro, but he knocked folks like back into a crowd full of O Block. They was already rushing y'all too. Like, you should have just kept running because you done turned around and tried to swing on Troy, and now all it's about 18 chasing you. That's right behind Troy. So when he turned around and did that, the rest of the folk them mollywopped his ass and beat all of the ass that he was with. They was over there in the corner stumping them for like 5 minutes, bro. On BD. And imagine Troy, like he just knocked him back. He ain't knock him out. He like knocked him back. You know what I'm saying? So Troy, when he stepped back and shit on bro, the rest of them got the roll, and I see Troy overdoing him. Troy over beating him for on bro grade. Like I'm just watching for them like over crucify these niggas. So I'm like, yep. Well, this is it. We all can just go home now. Shit, somebody didn't got it. Oh, bro, but yeah, that probably be one of the things that turned them niggas into the real ops, folks. Bro, because after that, I think that was their last time being at our parties, folks. And we didn't even get into it with them directly after that, but that was their last time at our parties for sure. I ain't gonna lie, I don't blame them, folks. You just got the shit beat out of you, folks.
All right, now there's one guy that I seen you talk about.
Mm-hmm.
You know, his name was Inky D.
Yeah,
a real big dude that you know, I believe used to have some knockout power going on, man.
yeah.
You know, can you share your experience with Inky D and, you know, tell us a little bit about him?
I ain't gonna lie, he used to be whooping ass, folk. Back in the day, creasing up the gas and shit. Well, not even the gas, on bro. He used to be just whooping his ass, bro. I ain't gonna lie, like he's one of them man. He was big when we was little. You know what I'm saying? Like he was a grown, he was over bigger than grown ups when we was 13, 12 years old. You know what I'm saying? So he used to always test his might, folk, on grown ups, folk. He used to knock out grown ass men in the hood, folk. Sleep them too, like flat out cold, not just on their back pocket, sleeping in the hood. He went around, point him out, knock him out was one of his specialties. He used to just crease my. He had a one punch crunch. I never seen him really swing twice. I'm gonna be 100 for I never really seen that, bro. Like he every time I ever seen him put his hands on somebody, it was like how 4 Extra be talking for. Like he just piece of and it just go down on BD for. Like he just go down cold though. Like not go down and fall and get back up. No, he go out and he be out cold for. Like you know what I'm saying. I thought folks was gonna kill somebody like that one day, folks, because he just used to be knocking out for, and they hit the concrete, folks, like hard as hell, bro. Like they'll smack their head on the concrete, because you know when you get knocked out sleep, you can't brace yourself. You know what I'm saying? You get knocked out for, they could fall to the ground, but they could fall on their arms or put their shit out, they don't fall. But when you get falling, you sleep before you hit the ground, for you falling like them the head first type shit. You know what I'm saying? So he'll knock them out, bro. They'll hit they head on the concrete. They shit get the leaking, and they sleep, they out, folks. Like unconscious, folks. So it's like, bro, is folks finna die? Like, what's finna happen to this, folks? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he be doing shit like that in the hood, folks.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, this isn't a story that I'm really familiar with, but I seen you touch on it. There was a fight with 051 on the Green Line, or and that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think I've ever heard you tell that story before.
Yeah, man. It was a fight with, it was like them and Gyro, folks. You know what I'm saying? We all used to be hanging downtown and shit. You know what I'm saying? So, like, this is when we was basically first getting up on downtown. You know what I'm saying? Like, once we figured out downtown, bro, it was like figuring out like a new world or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody wanted, I was in the era for everybody wanted to seem grown. You know what I'm saying? So everybody when we got about 13, 14 years old, for like, out the blue, like downtown became the shit. Everybody wanted their clothes from down there. Like nobody was shopping downtown. We was getting Levi's and Black Label and shit like that, bro. No one going downtown for clothes. But when like Aeropostale and Hollister and Abercrombie and Fetch, all that shit got hot, folk. Them stores was downtown, so folk them was going stealing and shit. They was going downtown, taking the Green Line or taking the Red Line. You know what I'm saying? And then when it started going down there, seeing all the stores and like seeing all the shit that you could do down there, and it's like you could kind of escape the police a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't got to be worried about being terrorized down there by the 12s and shit. So you start going downtown, but the problem became that it wasn't just us doing it. Like this shit happened to everybody. Like it used to be everybody going downtown in the city. A bunch of young ass kids huddling up they whole hood together for going downtown, for. And it was just at this point where at one point it was like a lot of was downtown getting whooped. We done had like 5 brawls downtown, folks. Like big brawls, like groups of versus groups of folks. Because it used to be everybody downtown, folks. Everybody. You know what I'm saying? So one day we was on the Green Line and shit, and we had bumped across them, man. I think we was on our way back from DT, if I'm not mistaken. I don't even think we was on our way to DT. I think it was before we even on the way back home on the Green Line. And because the Green Line dropped you off on 55th, and we was hanging on 55th too, but it also dropped you off on 63rd and King Drive, and you can go right to the O. You know what I'm saying? Right there. So, the Green Line was kind of like better for us because low key we didn't have to walk outside the hood to go to the Green Line. Like the Red Line was on the E-way, so we got to loop it a little bit outside of our bounds. Even though that's close, that's the borderline, but we got to, when you walk to the Red Line, you can't hit no cuts, folks. You gotta walk straight up the tray. You know what I'm saying? Straight up the tray under the viaduct, folk. No cuts. You just walking up 63rd all the way from the hood. It's no cut or way to disguise yourself walking to the Red Line, folks. So if you walk to the Red Line in our hood, you was putting yourself at great risk. You know what I'm saying? But the Green Line, we used to be able to politic on the Green Line, but the Green Line also went through, I think, Young Money, if I'm not mistaken, or it went through 50 for like, it went through like the Met Boy shit or something. You know what I'm saying? Like who they was with, and that one of the stops for we was basically like on that bitch together and got to getting it going on for them. But it was some quick shit though, cause like I said, for them get the whooping ass and it get the dispersing for like it looked like it's finna be a group fight, and then two get put on their back pockets. Everybody else thinking about it now, like shit. Now the slide, folks, they either just knock folks' teeth out. You know what I'm saying? Like you, bro, I'm telling you, you see them up get put on their back pockets, boy. You like, damn, do I want to take that punch? On BD, folks, and I think that's what it was. It was some quick shit because a few, it started, a few of them got their ass knocked out, folks. It was like them and the Met Boys. It was them and the Met Boy, and it was Gyro because it was Savion from Gyro over there. He was with them. So, on phone them, it was like, I just remember this shit, man. It was like a whole big thing on the Green Line, and then two niggas got they ass knocked out for on bro, and then it was like time to, thinking about certain shit. Like nah, for bro, they get to slide up out of that bitch, getting up out of there off the train station and shit, for because it was getting some belt the ass out there for, and I think this was wearing their options. Like all right, okay.
I seen you touch on this, man, and this was definitely pretty surprising, man. Munna was arrested for the murder of A. Roy.
Yeah.
And, when I seen you talking about this, I think you took the words right out of my mouth. Like, it would, allegedly, it was done so long ago, you know what I'm saying, and nobody got arrested. And, there was footage of this. I don't know who was on the footage, but there was a video going around, and so it was definitely a surprise to hear that.
Yeah, bro, that shit was so weird to me, folks. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was so shocked. Like, even though, the video exists and everybody feel like they know what they know, of course, but I was shocked to see it come. Like, I'd have thought if that's what they was on, if they was pursuing him, it would have been instantly, if, like, I ain't gonna lie, that's why people was, saying that shit was like self-defense, or like most think he was acquitted of it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, most people around, like, even, like us, we thought he was acquitted of it. Like, he must have got off on a self-defense murder, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, how the fuck else did it take so long for y'all to do this, folks? This 3 years later, folks, like, you feel me? And not only have he not been, like, it happened later, it's like he haven't been on the run. Like, y'all ain't been looking for this man. He done got caught for other shit after this and had to do time in the county and shit like that, folks. Like, and so it ain't like y'all had a warrant out for him and he was hiding or some shit. Like, he's been in the county for other shit, folks, and he done came home from that shit. Like, y'all ain't charging with none of y'all had him in y'all possession. So I'm thinking that, like, it gotta be over with. You know what I'm saying? So when they came with this, bro, I was over shocked. I'm like, what new information y'all think y'all had that y'all didn't have from day one or the first week of the case? You know what I'm saying? Like, what did y'all get 3 years later where y'all like, nah, it's the time? You feel me? Like, that shit kind of threw me off, bro. I ain't even gonna lie. It was kind of weird. BD, the time and everything, it was weird as hell. You know what I'm saying? So it was weird as hell, folks. I'm gonna be 100 with you. It was super weird, folks. Bro, it was weird, folks. I ain't gonna lie. I don't be knowing how to read them. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't even know, like, how y'all got to this point, you know what I'm saying, without coming to this conclusion years ago. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all needed this much time to feel like that's what y'all was gonna do. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just was weird, Cam. I ain't gonna lie, I don't think I ever seen no shit like that. Like, all the evidence basically get put on Front Street. You know what I'm saying? And he go to jail for other miscellaneous cases and shit. He coming home and it's everything copacetic, and then out the blue, it's like, all right, we got him. Like, what was the wait? What was the wait? What was going on? I saying like I wanted to get booked fast, so I'm just saying, like, what was y'all doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, how we get here? You know what I'm saying? Like, I swear to God, bro, I was confused. I thought that shit was over with, man. Shorty was living his life.
Maybe they were waiting for him to get killed.
Man, and that sounds so tough, but that shit might be real, bro. That shit might be real. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I could see that. For they probably, I don't know, they probably thought something was gonna happen to Shorty on for them, but I guess when it didn't, they had to step in and do their due diligence, I guess.
I mean, I don't know, shit. I can't think of no other reason,
Mm-hmm.
you know, myself, because there really ain't no logical reason why you would wait, you know, years when, you know, like when we done seen what we seen. It's
Yeah.
kind of crazy.
It was definitely weird, bro. Like, I ain't gonna even lie. Like, you know, that was the weirdest shit I'd have seen in a while, and I was so puzzled by that. And I'm glad that I'm not tweaking. Like, I'm glad other people feel the same way, because I was threw off by that. Like, that shit make you be like, you know, like, no, bro, it make you want to be like, man, is they digging up old shit or something? Because they showed this. They took forever to investigate this and come to this conclusion. Like, is they sitting on some other shit with other people? Like, is they gonna get to lock them up for shit that happened 5, 7, 8 years ago and shit like that? Cause y'all, it's like y'all just waiting. What the what y'all waiting on? Y'all playing mind games. It's like they wanted him to tell on himself or something. I think like they wanted him to help them build his case for them and shit. You know, he probably out, probably trolling, saying certain shit. You know what I'm saying? And you know, thinking it's over for the whole time. They probably trying to help him. I mean, use him to crack him. You know what I'm saying? To get him to crack himself, folks. That's the only thing I could see, folks. That's the only thing I could see, folks. Yeah, no, they just waiting on him, folks, to like help implicate himself in the shit, I guess, folks. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like they was waiting on him to help them, folks. Like, let him drop some clues, or let him tweet the wrong thing, or let him say the wrong bar in a song, so we could use that against him also. You know what I'm saying? That'll be the only logical thing I could see of them doing that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, we want him to help us build his case against himself. So we gonna let him run around and do some trolling and make some music that he could maybe be perceived as talking about that case or what he did, and then we gonna use that against him, folks. Cause other than that, I don't see the point of waiting, or I don't see the logic in waiting, I should say.
Well, Youngboy has been released from jail, and he even got a pardon from Donald Trump, which I'm still kind of puzzled how that happens. You know, but they're saying that, you know, you can get a pardon for like 3 to 5 mil. So maybe that's what happened. But Youngboy is going on tour. And during this tour, he's going to be stopping in Chicago.
Right.
Now, this is, you know, made a lot of people upset. A lot of people aren't happy about Youngboy coming to Chicago, possibly performing some diss songs.
Right.
You know, what's your thoughts on that?
I mean, shit, bro. Like, I'm a realist, folks. Like, I don't, like, a lot of that shit I never indulged in it with, as far as, like, him coming to the rack or, like, acting like, you know, it's going to be easy to do something to Shorty. Like, I don't understand. Like, y'all see how when Kendrick Lamar went to Canada for that performance, folks, y'all see how he pulled up? And he in tour with Drake. Drake is not a street, folks. Like, he's just a rapper with money, and not no disrespect to Drake. I'm just saying, like, he not even that type of, and when and Kendrick still knew to, when he go to his city to be, bro, I swear to God, they had a video, I think, of him in his like fleet of cars pulling out the garage after the show. G, when I say it was literally about 20 cars, bro, like literally 20 cars, folks. It was all black trucks. They was being led by black and they was like, some of them was like real police cars, and some of them was like, I think, like SUVs with lights in them. Like, these is undercover officers and shit. You know what I'm saying? And they riding in black trucks like these, like they were the feds on phone them. Like, bro, like they was pulling out that lot for. I was waiting. I'm watching the video. I'm waiting on that bitch to end. Cars steady coming out the lot. I'm damn full ass. It's like, bro, he already know the play, and he know even though Drake ain't a street, this niggas out here that'll risk their life and freedom over that man, folks. You know what I'm saying? So, and you in his city who love him so dearly, folks. Like, you in Toronto, you in Canada, folks. Him and the weekend, folks, like, they can't do shit wrong out there, folks. You know what I'm saying? And especially him, folks. You know what I'm saying? Cause he represents. You know what I'm saying? He got a Raptors season pass. He got all their games when he in the city. He go fight off at all the clubs in Canada, vote. You know what I'm saying? Like he put money back into his city. That's why he know all the motherfucking elected officials, all the way up to the motherfucking prime minister of Canada, folks. Like he know all these, bro. That was able to get some of the felons in. This how looped in he is, folks. He got, Canada don't allow felons, folks. They don't give a if you was on probation for a month trespassing 10 years ago. If that shit show up as a felony on your background, you was not getting in Canada, bro. Like, they didn't turn Swerve around for that shit, folks. Like, I remember back in the day when him and Bibby was on tour, folks. This was like when all this shit first get kicked off, for him and Bibby was like on tour or some shit. And Bibby, they let Bibby in and they didn't let Herb in. You know what I'm saying? And Herb was probably like got bumped for a pipe or it was something, but it wasn't nothing. You know what I'm saying? So, and I don't even think he was convicted of the shit. I think he like beat the pipe case or something, folks. But I guess it showed up like he was fighting it at the time or something maybe. So they like turned them around, bro. They didn't let her, and they was booked for a show in Canada and got paid to be there, folks. Like they on tour, they got a date in Canada, folks. And they let Bibby in because Bibby never been a felon. And they didn't let her in, folks. And they didn't give a fuck about none or who he was or what he had to do, folks. They did not play that shit, folks. So when I seen Drake get Gucci Mane, now Gucci Mane got real felonies. You know what I'm saying? That Gucci Mane and Gucci folks as a felon. He one of the felons. He was a real heathen, folks. Like, and Drake got him in, folks. You know what I'm saying? And once you a felon, you always a felon, folks. Like, you feel me? He a state and federal felon, folks. You know what I'm saying? So they got him in, and Drake got him in, folks. So he a powerful dude, especially over there, bro. So I feel like even to revert back to this Youngboy shit, folks, it's like if you really smart, bro, motherfuckers feel how they want to feel, but it's nothing gonna happen, folks. Like unless you dealing with some idiotic people. You know what I'm saying? Who brains ain't developed or something. Like I told you, crash outs exist everywhere, bro. So I ain't just gonna say it like it's just like 100% sure chance like that shit just goes smooth. But I do wanna just like set the stage for how damn near impossible that is. For like I don't even think people ever been to the United Center that talk like this, for because let me tell you something for how shit works when you have any type of thing. Like if a basketball game at the United Center, if you go to Wrigleyville and watch a Cubs game or some shit, like, bro, on the days of these events, like, it's literally, folk, bumper to bumper in these areas around this stadium, folk. Like, if you pull up to do something to him, first of all, you're not going to be able even in high speed away from this motherfucker. Like, you going to get caught at 3 lights trying to get off. And everybody bumper to bumper, bro. And every lane field, you're going to have to literally wait your turn to get away from this bitch, bro. Like, you will leave the United Center, bro, and you will still be outside trying to get away from the United Center 20 minutes later, folks. Because you have to walk to your car. Everybody leaving at the same... It's 20,000 people leaving at the same time. Literally, folks. It's 20,000 people all leaving at the same time. How the f*** are you going to get your car through all this traffic to do this or do that? You know what I'm saying? It's not happening, bro. And if you run on feet, you're not winning that either, folks. Like this, bro, you cannot win, bro. I'm telling you, like it's impossible. Well, that's why I went to a baseball game, and I had posted that while I was at the game. People in my comments and in my DM like, man, bro, you posted while you there. They'll come do this, they can do that. Be careful. I'm like, bro, have you ever been to Wrigleyville or a baseball game? Like, bro, you can't even park your car in front of Wrigleyville, bro. They got blocks cut off on the days of these games, folks. Like you gotta literally go on a detour, and your car will never be at Wrigleyville, folks. Your car will never be parked in front of Wrigleyville, folks. Your car is gonna be 3 blocks away, unless you park in one of those you gotta pay to park parking lots that may be down the street or something. But like, if you paying to park, you definitely ain't coming to kill no. If you gonna shoot me and run across the street and put your ticket in and pay the thing and ride down the stairs and get let up by it, like, bro, you going to jail. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not happening, bro. I'm telling you. Like, if you think something is happening at these places, you must have never been there. You know what I'm saying? Like, they make it they make it a point of issue, folks. Like, to really like make it tough. I think that's done on purpose. Like, it's to do something like that in front of these places is gonna take some stupid people. I'm just gotta be honest, bro. Like, it's gonna take a bunch of dumb motherfuckers, bro. Because if you've been up there, and I'd have been to the United Center, I go to Bulls games. I just went to a Chicago Sky game that was at the United Center. They was playing the Indiana Fever and Kalen Clark and them. I went. You know what I'm saying? And every time I go, it's the same shit. Getting in and getting out of there, bro. That's why I literally leave games halfway through the fourth quarter because I'm about to beat this traffic. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to beat, and even then, it's still busting. But if I wait till this game hit 0 on the clock, I'm gonna be outside trying to get all away from here for 20 minutes, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think it's not nothing gonna happen, folks. And that bitch gonna be sold out. Like, you feel me? Like, bro, you know, this is why I don't get caught up in a lot of shit either, because people say what they say, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I don't blame whoever feel a way about them coming, but, bro, we got to be honest what the numbers are saying, folks. That bitch is sold out. You know what I'm saying? So, obviously, people is lying on phone them. Like, we just got to keep this shit a bean, bro. Like, everybody acting like he ain't welcome, but his show and the United Center is the biggest basketball arena in the NBA, bro. Sit 20,000 people. It might be second because I think the Clippers just opened up an arena, but I don't even know if they shit. It might be they shit might still be short. I think if I'm remember correctly, I think we could Google this too. I think the United Center, if I'm not mistaken, and I think I'm kind of right about that. The United Center is the biggest NBA stadium in the league, folks, and that bitch sold out. It's gonna be 20,000 people in that bitch on the head, folks. You googling that? Oh, bro.
Yep.
Yeah, like
it's got the United Center in Chicago.
Yeah,
20,917 fans.
See, the biggest one, that bitch sold out. Gonna be wall to wall, 20,000 people in that bitch, bro. You know what I'm saying? So somebody lying. Is he welcome? Is he wanted, or is he not on BD? You know what I'm saying? You gonna sell out if you banned here. Nobody want to see you, but we shit can't tell. And then I'm from the rack, folks. So all my timeline filled with people in the rack. They all on Facebook cracking jokes. I'm like, don't tell OTF I'm going to Youngboy show. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, Youngboy ain't did a show in 5, 6, 7 years, bro. Every show he go to is about to be jam packed, gang. You know what I'm saying? So you could be stupid. You know what I'm saying? To think that's what's gonna happen, but it's not, bro. It ain't gonna happen, folks. On BD, it's not gonna happen, folks. You know what I'm saying?
He's probably gonna have bulletproof cars.
It's 100% guarantee every car in his fleet gonna be bulletproof, folks. I would be surprised if if any car ain't bulletproofed out. I'm pretty sure, bro, that shit, them bulletproofs already on standby, folks. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's regular shit for rappers like him, folks. They all riding bulletproofs, but boy, he gonna be in the tank in the rack, folks. Ain't nobody, not gonna be able to get them, folks. I'm telling you, folks, it's gonna be police escorts front and back. They gonna have them black trucks with the antennas on the top. That's the pinpoint your cell tower, folks. On BD, they gonna know where the shot came from, the car direction, all of that, folks. All of you, if y'all pay attention, folks, you will see some of the president got this too on phone. But they do this, folks, for people with them type of stature, folks. Fleet of cars, all police trucks and shit. Some of the police trucks do different shit. Some of the police trucks don't even got people in them. They got devices and shit that's gonna help. If anybody try to do something on BD, we got shit in this car that's gonna figure out where you was at, what cell tower you pinged off. They gonna figure it out, folks. You know what I'm saying? So that shit is is installed on the top of their cars, folks, on BD. So that shit not gonna happen, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's just not. There's no way I could see it happening, folks. But he definitely gonna come, folks. You know what I'm saying? He gonna come too. But I don't know, man. You know, like I see both sides of the equation, bro. You know, like I see why niggas say he shouldn't come. You know what I'm saying? But as far as me seeing something happened to him, and I don't see that at all.
Before we get out of here, I wanted to ask you about this new rapper. His name is Little Brazy, and he's been going viral for all the wrong reasons, man. You know, I've seen him, punked quite a few times, but with the most recent situation, you know, he was on No Jumper, and he said a derogatory word towards the South Side. And shortly after this, you know, he gets approached at a store by a Southsider, and he folds up real quick, man.
Right.
Dude's only like 12 years old. You know, what's your thoughts on that? Because I know you guys was in the street early, young.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This is something that I know you have experience with.
I feel like he playing a dangerous game if he ain't really like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I seen the No Jumper clip. I spoke on this before too. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, when he said what he said, you know, like I say, bro, when he's into it, when don't like niggas, I ain't shocked about how niggas talk about they enemies, folks. You know what I'm saying? But you will have to stand on that shit, bro. He said that shit about the Serenos, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and the Serenos, bro, you could check they facts, they history, folks. Them violent as hell, folks. And I'm sure, in Los Angeles or out there in Cali, where they deep at, folks, I'm pretty sure, like, what did he even get caught in Cali? Was that Cali that caught him? Where they caught him at?
I heard they caught him in Utah, where he's at.
Wow. So the Serenos everywhere then, folks. You know what I'm saying? And this is why you gotta be careful, because like, you ain't even dissing a set, you dissing the organization. You know what I'm saying? And them organizations be scattered out, bro. You know what I'm saying? Some niggas probably picked up, moved to Utah from somewhere else, or maybe they got a Utah Serenos, folks. Bro, they might be out there and you around dissing them and shit. You know what I'm saying? This is why even, like, bro, back then in the day, I had to tell a lot of my GD homies, like, folks, like, you know, when we got old and we was laughing about a lot of shit, I used to have to tell them, like, bro, you know, like, this shit ain't for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, when dissing the GDs for, when we even drop the rakes or anything, like, that ain't no disrespect to y'all. Y'all just know, like, them is our enemies, folks. You know what I'm saying? And this is how we talking or coming across. This is how we dealing with them. You know what I'm saying? Like, at one point, we didn't even differentiate. We just made it seem like we was talking about everybody, because we was never like, this block only. You know what I'm saying? We was dropping rakes, and we didn't give a who got offended, but they was always directed just at our ops. You know what I'm saying? If you got offended by it, it was like, all right, but we was always talking about our ops for. And when I got older, I had to let a lot of my GD homies know that I became cool with later on down the line. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that one for y'all. Because when you get out here and you say bullshit about a whole organization, folks, now you talking about everybody in every organization, folks. In that organization, I mean. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't say this set of Serenos. You said the Sereno. Now, you was talking about a specific set at one point, but then he like disrespected them as a whole after that, folks. You know what I'm saying? And now you gonna have, like, we dealt with that too. Like, I remember back when Foden first got on, we would go to certain cities for their shows, and behind the scenes it'd be shit boiling, because this is a heavy populated GD state. You know what I'm saying? It's like sometimes going to them shows down south after you done yelled all that GDK shit, folks, used to be dangerous, folks. Because them down there, GD as hell, and they GD to the core, and they'll get on that about that shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? They really honor that shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? One thing I noticed about GDs out of town is that shit meant more to them than the GDs from where it started in Chicago. Like, them out of town GDs is 7-4 to the world blow. So you go to some of these cities, bro, and they want to make you answer for that, folks. It had been shit that had been happening, attempts on phone them trying to take shit from it. It had been little shit that happened behind the scenes that never hit the forefront, folks, over that shit and how we was, you know, arguing back and forth. So I could just picture with Shorty, like, you got to be careful, Shorty, because you dissed them as a whole. Now they done got up on you and shit. Now, what I can say is this. The nigga who got up on them, folks, he should have fucked them up. You know what I'm saying? But I also had to understand that Shorty is a kid. I'm BD, like, he a real kid. Like, if you hit him as an adult, you go to jail. I'm BD, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how much of a kid he is, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't even know he was 12 years old. He only 12?
Well, I believe so.
Yeah, and then, like, he ain't even like our type of 12 years old. You know what I'm saying? Like, he a 12-year-old that just looks like a 12-year-old, and and he probably lived like one too. You know what I'm saying? Like when we was 12, bro, like we wasn't at the park swinging on the swings and shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? We was just running from the police and shit. Like I don't think he got that type of everyday life, bro. But he talking out his mouth like he is. You playing a dangerous game, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know what's gonna take for him to realize like he probably barking up the wrong tree, folks. But while he young and he ain't super tied into this shit, yeah, he probably need to just let that shit go, folks, because it's a crash, bro. I'm telling you, folks. Like, and them Hispanics, bro, you can't never pinpoint what they'll do for what they love and what they believe in, folks. Like, they'll step about that. You know what I'm saying? They'll step about that, bro. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta be one of those people, folks, who like you gotta know what you're getting yourself into, bro. Them stab, them do all of that, bro. Motherfucker walk in the gas station and give you $1.50 across your face. You know what I'm saying? Like walk up, stab you in the neck, or do something to you, folks. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta be careful, little folk. Then you did some motherfuckers. You somewhere what by yourself? Like somewhere can't defend yourself, folks. Like that could have easily been your little last little day in the gas station, folks. You know what I'm saying? Like you woofing that and thinking like that shit ain't gonna come back to you when it do, folks. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say, folks, you gotta learn, folks. Like he young, so I guess he gotta learn. But if he ain't even like that for real, folks, he need to get up out of there, folks, because on BD, he is barking up one of the wrong trees, folks. Like I ain't gonna lie, I'm not even like we got Serranos here too, folks, and like they all the same. They all the same, bro. They all got the same type of baggage, folks. They like I feel like all the Hispanic gangs got that narrative, folks. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, them niggas gang bang. You know what I'm saying? Like they really gang bang to the point where they wear certain haircuts to show that they in a certain gang. Like we don't even do that. Like we back in the day used to gang bang with colors they wear and they hats cocked to the left or right, folk. But as far as like literally getting a whole hairstyle that signifies what you is, we ain't even do all that, bro. Like that's too much and that's too deep in this shit. You know? Boy, them to go get certain haircuts, you gonna be like, oh, he got a shag, oh, he woo wop de bam, oh, he a king, oh, he this, he that. Like them over there for gang bang to the haircut, to the hairstyle on folding them. Like they certain hairstyles, K, on folding them. Like you wear a certain hairstyle and you in a Hispanic Latino gang, folk, your ass instantly a target. Like, oh yeah, he just had him a long shag in the back with the foo wop de bam cut off. Oh, kill his ass. Like, oh bro, like they really be tweaking, folk. Like oh, bro, they ass really gang bang to the core, folks. So, like, bro, you better stop playing with them, bro, because it'll really be your last day for they f your little ass up, folks. And they fucked up over less. So you come at the crown, folks. You got to be ready to stand on the business, folks. Like I said, he made himself a target, folks. You know what I'm saying? Like when JoJo just dissed all the BDs at once. He said, just talking about the lamb. Folks just made a song and said, we BDK. Now you got every BD alive, like, oh, what the f is this? You feel me? Like, bro, you just put every black disciple on you on their radar now. You know what I'm saying? So now when little Brady say what he said, like, bro, you got some radios, folk, that's all the way in Cuba probably somewhere that don't even like your little ass. And they'll hurt you if you ever come on a family vacation thinking it's chicken ass. Oh, photo, you feel me? Like, you better be cool, bro. I ain't gonna lie, you gotta chill on that. He putting himself in the wrong predicaments, bro. He need to he look like he might have a nice life and a good family, folks. He need to lean into that, folks, because he barking up the wrong tree.
So a couple days after the video went viral of him getting checked, he made this post on Instagram. I am in no way, shape, or form gang related nor about that life. I apologize for my actions and I apologize for disrespecting the North and the South. I am no longer affiliated with OTR Records.
What? Oh my God. So okay, look. First of all, maybe that was his mom and parents that made him get his shit in order and get his wits about him. But even G, like, bro, I swear to God, folk, like, I'm not even shocked by this though, because I've been came up with this theory, right? Like, bro, I ain't gonna lie, arguing or beefing nowadays get very weird, folk, because like I feel like the internet, bro, that made a lot of people, folk, like they wouldn't even be able to do a lot of shit if the internet didn't exist, folk. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like, bro, back before the internet, and I'm not old as hell, but I remember back before the internet was really prominent. You know what I'm saying? Like, back then, bro, used to stay in their lane a lot more, folks. Because you had to go touch grass. Like, you, all that woofing on the internet shit wasn't really there yet, folks. You had to be seen and you're gonna be caught, folks. So if you selling all them wolf tickets, folks, on BD, you're gonna get got up with eventually, folks. But when the social media thing came into effect, bro, it's like that gave all the goofies, or I don't even want to call them goofies, just who ain't like that. Now they woofing with they know they can't with. Like, just because you on the internet, you don't even think y'all, you don't even count on y'all ever running into each other, folks. Like, you will be surprised how many people argue with you, folks, knowing they can't with you on nothing. They'll know they'll get their ass beat. They'll know you a killer, folks, and they not like that. They'll know like you got more money than them, and they can't with you on no level, and your ass will still be on the internet arguing with a bum. Because I'm telling you, on the internet, you could do what you want to do and say what you want to say. And you can think that no consequences come behind it, because a lot of them that sit in their house in the privacy of their own home selling wolf tickets, you ain't never going to really be able to catch them. But for him to say what he said and then get caught right then and there, soon after, he probably woke his ass up. Like, damn, folks. Like, I'm playing, folks. Like, he was dissing probably ain't never got up on him yet. But when he played with them Serenos, folks, they got up on his ass and made him see how real this shit was. That nigga like, oh, I can't do this no more. I'm barking up the wrong tree. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, bro, the internet, how you arguing with people that can't f with you on no level, nowhere near like you or like that. Pure, folks. But to be on the internet selling wolf tickets, you will be on that bitch hollering and screaming at your phone, folks, on BD. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't gonna even lie, folks. It's just it's tough. It's real. It's weird, folks. On BD, it's weird, folks. And like little Brazy, folks, he fit under that category. It's like, man, like you will have a nigga in jail, bro, trying to really your little ass up, folks, on bro, and you ain't even worth it. You not worth. You not ready to die about this shit you saying, or even scrap about it, folks. But you on the internet woofing hard about a real gang organization, folks, that's really like that, and you not like that, bro. Like, think about that logic, folks. You know in your heart you not like that. Rather you sell this image to other people. You know you not like that, folks. You know? And you playing with who you know is like that, folks. But you still felt so comfortable saying what you said, folks. You know what I'm saying? You felt so comfortable letting that come out of your mouth. And it's like, bro, that shit is like, damn, bro, we really in a different era, folks, because this niggas that know they don't want to go where you would take this shit, and they still do it, folks. It's wacky, folks. I ain't even gonna lie, it's over wacky, folks. On Steve, that shit is definitely wacky, folks. I ain't even gonna lie, folks. That's you damn near be you one of those damned if you do, damned if you don't ass niggas when you woofing with niggas who not like that, bro, because you be ready to crash. And you know what I noticed too about niggas who not like that, bro? They know how to, like, they it's like they mouth is even worse than what you would do. Like, them mouthpieces be off the chain, bro. Like, who not like that, bro, well, I'm talking about they better at arguing than you, folks. You know what I'm saying? Like, they better. It's like arguing with a bitch, bro. Like, I always tell girls that, like, bro, I'm not finna go back and forth with no bitch, bro. Nobody's out arguing a bitch, bro. Like, not a nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, we not finna, bitch, that bitch gonna have you ready to kill somebody in 5 minutes, bro. We not able of arguing that way that long, folks. They gonna get malicious, vindictive. They know all your weak points. They know all your shortcomings, and they know exactly how to put all that shit in a perfect way for you to want to crash. Men, we can argue, but we can't beat a bitch at an argument. We'll beat. That's why you just get the whooping her and shit like that. Bitch, I can't whoop. I can't beat you in a arguing match. Now you done hit her and slapped her and shit because she. Hey, bitch, you got that. You know what I'm saying? You got that on the arguing side. I done said what I done said. You steady having shit to say. Like, bitch, I don't even know that much about you. You just said all type of shit about me. Where the f you get all this information from? Bitch, know all type of shit when you get into it. Damn, how the f you know? My little cousin gave me chlamydia. What the f like, you get the ass. That bitch know that bitches be knowing everything when they ready to try to talk shit. So, on bro grave, folks, like, you not gonna beat no bitch in no argument. And you not gonna beat no motherfucker who really scary in no argument, bro. That's what they know how to do. They don't know how to fight and bump and do anything gangster, folks. So they spent their whole life perfecting arguing. On BD, they just perfected the art of arguing on social media, folks, to the point where it's like, bro, I'm gonna f you up when I see you, folks, because you gotta get f***ed up. Your mouth, you're not gonna stop running your mouth. On BD and Lil Brazy, folks, he not like that, which is why he know how to woof. Cause you like that, bro. Woof for a second. I ain't gonna keep woofing with your ass. Somebody about to get their shit bust. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, bro. So, man, Lil Brazy, little ass, for he barking up the wrong tree. I'm glad that he came out with that announcement. And it's just so funny because I think that's his whole stilo. Like, ain't that his whole little stilo? Like, I'm a little white, young gangbanger affiliate. Like, now you gotta go back to school, shorty. Be just go back to school, you live a regular little Caucasian person's life on bro, and just stay in school, young man. Don't phone them because you didn't put yourself in a position you finna be in a blender soon.
I hear that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Tay, man, I appreciate you.
Yep, you know it, my boy, man. It's always a good time, bro.
And I look forward to more of those little clips you got going.
Yeah, I'm finna put some more shit out, man. I'm already finna stream after this, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. I with those little clips, man.
Yeah.
Who was was that your idea to speed it up?
Nope, it wasn't, man. I'm glad that they came up with it, though, man. These little young and women, they clippers, they be doing all that shit on their own, bro. I've never edited my own clip or put it, I don't know. I'd make the lives and I do the streams, and then they turn that shit and they add the voice and speed it up. They knew it's like they knew to play. They knew what to do. You know what I'm saying? To make that shit viral and make it funnier than it already is, folks. So shout out to all the young clippers out there, man. Bro, they gave me the sauce. Even though they was clipping my shit, it's like they gave me the sauce. Like I learned from them. I wasn't even that internet savvy first. I didn't know how to do. I didn't even know how to work TikTok, folks. Like I used to ask people, like, bro, how the fuck you work this app, bro? You know what I'm saying? But now they that bitch, they showed me the way, folks. Bro.
Well, that's what it is, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Tay. Appreciate you, bro.
Yep, it's all love, folks. Appreciate you.
Yes. For sure.
Yep.
What's up? This is Cam Capone. We got more content like this coming soon, so hit that like button, subscribe, and stay locked in to Cam Capone News.